Let's make more videos. We hit 500 subscribers. We're on top. No other channel has hit 500 subscribers before. Have you subscribed? Huh? Hi. How's it going, everyone? My name is Trev Barnes. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today, we're gonna make another lo-fi song. But before we do you know that a large majority of you people who watch these videos aren't even subscribed? You don't have to, but I heard all the cool kids are hitting the subscribe button after they watch the video, of course. So if you want to be a cool kid, hit the subscribe button, dude. But yeah, we're gonna be making a lo-fi song today. I don't want to make a slow, boring, chill lo-fi. I want to make something fun. I'm not a douchebag who's wearing sunglasses at night, by the way. These are normal prescription glasses with a tint. They help with the light. All right, so I don't have any plans. I think today we're gonna start off with an electric piano. So let's see what we can come up with. We're gonna start with Labs, which I've mentioned in another video is free. Let's see what the super soft whirly chorus sounds like. I like that. All right, let's try 90 for our tempo. So I added this other Wurlitzer under that one, and I'm just gonna put some reverb on it just to give it some space. I almost want there to be more of the reverb than the piano. So cut some highs on that. We're also going to run that through the spreader just to give it some stereo width. So let's go ahead and create a track stack out of two of these because we're going to put on a cassette filter. We're going to be using Kaput, which is free if you are interested. So that is distorting a little unpleasantly. So before we put on the cassette, I'm just going to take out some low and high frequencies. So one thing that I do wish I could change about this plugin, because I do love it so much, is the noise. I love tape cassette noise. I love tape saturation. Everything that these plugins do is great. But one thing that I think plugin makers need to start doing is adjusting a volume for the noise. Because when it's on, I mean, the noise is louder than the signal itself. There's only one plugin that I really have seen so far. And if I'm wrong, let me know of any other plugins that maybe do this. But Vinyl by iZotope, another free plugin, actually lets you adjust the noise. Actually, you know what? Sorry, Kaput, I use you enough. Let's use Vinyl. Let's give Vinyl a chance. Does anyone else, when you're using plugins, it's kind of like toys when you're a little kid, like you have to give them all fair shot. You want to make sure that they're all loved. So I don't think I've talked about Vinyl before, but it's a pretty cool free plugin from iZotope. So right here you have an RPM, which adjusts your speed, which if you ever recorded to tape, the higher speed that you record at, the more high frequencies that you get. You have this cool spin down feature, which while we play it, if we hit it, I haven't really found a use for it yet. You have a lo-fi button, which I believe is just a bit crusher. Actually, I'm going to use that. You have this where button, which just adds harmonic distortion as well as a high cut. You have all these different years that you can select, which really the years are just different types of EQs. Like 1930, basically going to be this right here. There's a high cut and a low cut. Here's 1930, here's 1950. 1960. So that low end starts to get added back. 1970. 1980. And 2000. Let's use 1970. And actually I can go ahead and get rid of that EQ. You have mechanical noise, which that's your noise, baby. Electrical, which is this one of my favorites, warp. Which there's different waves that you can use. Do you guys like it better with or without the lo-fi? Because the longer it goes on, the less I kind of like it. Let's just keep it off. All right, let's go ahead and add some drums. So I'm going to use this kit called the Dirty Funky Kit that I made with EZdrummer 3's Tight Room Kit. And of course, like always, we are using our Korg micro key to do the drums. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too crazy about using that kit. We're gonna go through our Logic kits. I like this one called Beat Machine. I wish they didn't load so many default plugins on it. I get it, I do, but I don't want them. I'm not crazy about that kick, so we're actually going to change that out. Well, I like this one. Let's turn it up. What other noises do we have in this kit? So I think we have a pretty good idea of our kit so far. Now let's just dirty it up a little bit. So of course, we're gonna open up our VMR. Let's go ahead and start with a little drive. I'm gonna be using this New York tree. I'm also gonna raise the tempo just a little bit. Maybe 93. Just makes it more interesting, you know? So I added on this stereo by kilohertz. Without it, it sounds like this. And with it, it sounds like this. I'm thinking about raising this maybe. I like that. A lot of times when I start these videos, I don't necessarily have a game plan. And I made a promise to myself that if it ends up sucking and if it ends up not sounding good, I'm still going to put it out. I think a lot of times we're kind of scared to be vulnerable about what sounds good or what doesn't sound good. We don't want to be vulnerable to an audience. But I say, how else are we going to grow? Is this song going to end up sounding good? Probably not. Is there always going to be someone in the comments critiquing the mix? Probably. But how else are you supposed to grow if you don't take that step? We're going to add a B3 organ to it. There's an organ in here called the reggae organ. It's really soft and I like how it sounds. So that, of course, is too bright. It's too shiny. Let's go ahead and adjust some things. So there's this reverb in here called Big, and it always sounds really good. I'm going to put my wah-wah on. Let's go ahead and just play around, bring some things in, take them out. Uh-oh, guys, I'm getting snacky. My attention span might be getting bad. So I don't know what I'm really wanting necessarily right now. I just want like a funky... I don't know where to find that, but I'm sure it's somewhere in the retro synth. I told you, everything can be solved in the retro synth. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I think I got a sound for that little thing. I have an overdrive just to kind of distort it, get it a little stand out a little more. I have a spreader just to get it out there, a tape delay to prolong the notes, and a small amount of Space Designer reverb just to give it some tail. So without the mix, it sounds like this. Very 70s. And with the mix, it sounds like this. I don't know if I'm necessarily crazy about that organ, so let's go ahead and try something else. Don't mind me just responding to really nice comments that you guys are leaving me. CJ Vandal says, first of all, they said that these were their favorite kind of videos. They also said you're pretty good at them too. Keep up the good work and you'll have a massive following in no time. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A lot of you guys have been saying that I deserve more subs as well. Just you guys who have been commenting and subbing have been super, super nice. And I really do appreciate it. All right, enough with the sappy shit. Back to work. Maybe the sound of a Juno behind it would sound a little better. Let's take the highs out to make it softer. I'm actually going to add an octave to all this as well. Never forget, my friends, organization is key. All right, I think I'm gonna add a bass. I have this really good candle going as well. Fresh baked apple cobbler. So for guitar, I'll be using my Fender Tele Deluxe, which is the Chris Shiflett signature. I love this guitar so much. So for the presets, I'm using the world's smallest amp. We're actually gonna bring back some of this low end in. Let's try it out. So I add this little part to it. And of course, we're going to duplicate that with a lower octave. I'm not even joking. I'm so hungry right now. I'm going to go get a snack. Today's snack is apples, peanut butter, baby. I like the extra crunchy peanut butter with this because there's a lot more texture. Is it just me or apples getting bigger? Like all of this, like that seems like a lot. Uh-oh, I'm more comfortable on camera and you guys are seeing my real personality. By the way, subscribe if you're enjoying it so far. So I'm actually gonna create a track stack of all the guitars and compress them all together. Hey, Jiff, you see that? Label facing the camera, baby. You know what that means. You know what you gotta do. I go through one of these tubs every 2 weeks. I think it'd be kind of cool to double the bass with one of those 80s punchy basses. Take some of the high end out though. And of course we're gonna put a spreader on it. Goofball. Thought I wasn't gonna do that. Actually, I think it would be smarter to line this up with the kick drum. I think there's a lot going on and it would be really easy for that second added bass line just to get lost in there. And let's see if we can prolong that note a little. What is this interface? I don't think I've actually ever opened up Sculpture before. This is a nightmare. Why does it look like this? Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really like this song. What do I need to do to make it better? I know. We'll add a glockenspiel. Yeah. So I quantized them, but it sounds a little too clean. So what I'm gonna do is just slightly flam them.
Hey, it's Editing Trevor. I totally didn't hear that wrong note. I'm definitely sorry for leaving that in. So if you're totally bothered by it, I completely understand. So sorry.
All right, so now I'm actually gonna work on the arrangement and some of the mixing. Maybe over the final, I'll do like a guitar solo over it, just something light, something to have some melody to it. All right, so I just played around with a lot of automation. I think it made it a little more interesting. So what I'm gonna do now is add some atmosphere. All right, so lastly, I'm just gonna add over some solo guitar, then we're gonna mix and master it, and then it should be done. So first I ran it through the Teak A6100 from IK Multimedia. I just cranked a little bit of input, changed the formula to the GP9 tape. Tape speed is low just to take some of the high end off. Then I have it running through this Masterdesk Classic. Stereo Enhance is turned up a good bit. The tone is turned up a good bit. Foundation is turned up a good bit. So there's not really that many tracks. There's not much to it. It's not my favorite song in the world that I've ever done, but hey, it's something. We're gonna call this one Jiffy, because I got the peanut butter. So like I said, it's not my favorite beat in the world, but that's not the point. Every single thing that you make can't be your favorite thing in the world. Putting too much pressure on what you're creating really just sucks the fun out of it. It's fun to make mistakes. It's fun to experiment. It's fun to just create. But anyway, thank you guys so much again for checking out this video. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, do whatever you want with it. It's your video, but most importantly, I will see you guys in next week's video. Peace.